Today, I'm going to be giving the iconic Bloxburg starter house an upgrade. Instead of renovating the starter house, I want to instead try to upgrade its current look to make it look better. I want to start with the exterior, so the first thing I think I want to do is try to change the materials on this house. But I want to keep the iconic look as much as possible, so I'm thinking of changing these stone lines out for these horizontal planks, and then adjusting this yellow color. Then for these green bricks, I have to figure out what I want to do here. I can maybe go for this brick and change the color green. Oh yeah, I like that. Okay, so we'll stick with this for now then. And then we also need to pick a different color material for the roof. So right now the roof is wood. I want to see what some of these other materials look like on this roof. I kind of like how these shingles look. They're not identical to the wood. Like they're pretty different, but I do like them, so I think I'm going to go with these. The other thing I'm going to do is I'm going to mess with the colors of these plants and work on just a little gardening to make it look a little nicer. I also want to see what it would look like if I gave this house striped grass. On second thought, I kind of like the regular Bloxburg grass. It fits the starter house better. And then I think I'll go ahead and keep the path here, even though I usually don't use them, because I don't like how you can see the circles where they connect. Otherwise, I'd have to make a really thick path, and I don't really want that either. So I think I'll just keep the path like this, although I do want to try and see what it would look like to do this. Yeah, I mean, I think that kind of looks better. I kind of like how it joins a little smoother. And I don't just want to change the colors of the furniture of the house, I do want to level it up a little bit, so I'm going to go ahead and add some pillars and wall trim. This looks nice, but I kind of like the idea of keeping the same colors throughout the house, so I kind of want to go and make this the same green brick that we have right here. Yeah, that looks, I don't think it looks too bad. I think I may even like it better actually. I like how it carries the green brick across the house. And then for some extra detail, I want to add some wall trim up at the top of the wall here. And I'll just give it the same wood color. And then the last thing I want to do is on these green brick walls, I want to take the brown wood along the bottom. Just like that. I think that looks really nice. And then the last thing I want to do before we move inside is I want to change the color of this welcome mat, just to make it not as bright. I think something like that is nice. Okay, now moving inside, the first thing I want to do is I want to carry these pillars we put on the outside, and I want to put them in all the corners of the walls inside. Okay, and then I want to start immediately with the walls, and I want to change these colors a little bit, just to make them not as bright, just some more faded, maybe paler versions of those colors. So for example, this is the original color here, this yellow, and then I changed it to this. So not a huge difference, but just a little bit of an upgrade, because nobody really likes this yellow wall. I think this is much better. And then we also have to do something about this wall, because this orange stripe is just not going to work. So I can maybe change it to linen maybe, that's a little different, and then maybe just give it a little bit of an oranger tone. I think that could work. Maybe instead of the stripes on the wall, we do that as wall trim. Or actually, maybe instead of that, maybe instead of these stripes, we do another texture that's similar to it. What about these vertical planks? That's not totally different. It's different, but I think that's close enough. And then maybe just adjust this just a little bit more to kind of give it a little bit more of that orange color. And yeah, I don't think that looks bad. I think that's pretty good. Definitely a pretty good upgrade. But then again, it is a little different, but I think it's close enough. And then the kitchen backsplash, I think we could just leave it how it is. The next thing I want to do is I do want to change these curtains. I'm thinking these curtains maybe. Let's see how that looks. I don't know. Maybe these. Maybe these curtains. Maybe these would be good. Maybe this. Just a slight change, a slight upgrade. I think that's nice. And then before I forget, definitely need to add some wall trim. Yeah, that looks so much better. I like that. Okay, now that the basics are kind of done, I think we can move on to switching out some of the furniture. And so I think I want to start with the dining table here. I'll go ahead and save this fruit bowl because I definitely want to put that on the new dining table. But we can go ahead and get rid of the rest of this. So I want to find a square table to replace it, but keeps that similar look that we had going. I think this transitional table. Oh yeah, that's good. That's big upgrade. That looks really good. And then going into chairs, I want to find some chairs that are pretty similar as well. I think just going with this rustic chair will be good. And then I also think we should dress up this table a little bit. And then we'll add some plates, a fork, and a spoon. And then of course, well, I'm gonna change the color and or material of these placemats. I have an idea. I'm thinking the wicker material will look nice here. Yeah, like that. And then actually I think the color we can maybe just keep. Yeah, that's nice, but I do want to make the silverware, forks and spoons here, not as dark. Yeah, that looks nice. And then of course we need to add back a carpet, and I'm gonna do the same one, just use the outlined round carpet. Although to do that, I kind of have to move the table for a second. I'll put that back, and then change the color and material of this. There we go, I think that's nice. And then we do need to get a new chandelier above the table here. Oh, and this needs to be pushed back against the wall just a little bit more. And because it was a single light, I definitely want to also pick a single light so that it's pretty similar. Yeah, I think that's good. Now we'll go ahead and move on to the living room. First things first, I'm going to replace this carpet with the carpet we have under the dining table. And I'm also going to get us a new TV stand. Yeah, I think this one's close enough. And since we're giving this house an upgrade, I think we should also give this TV an upgrade. So heading into electronics, I think I'm going to go with this AccuSlim TV. So still pretty small, but definitely an upgrade. The next thing I'm going to do is replace this couch. I think I'll just go with this transitional sofa. And we'll go and color that a shade of white since the original couch was white. Then the last thing we gotta do is replace this bookshelf. So let me go ahead and head into storage. And I wanna find a bookshelf that's still of similar style to this one. So maybe like this empty oak bookshelf. And we can always scale that down as well to make it the same height. The other option we have is this empty attitude bookcase that's pretty similar to the original one. I think I'm gonna go ahead and go with this empty oak bookcase. And then instead of using this book, I want to go ahead and go to decorations and use the nicer books. So I'll grab one of these stacked plain books, as well as some ordered plain books. And I do want some color in this house, so I think I'll go and color the books this green. And then of course, we also need a lamp to replace the old lamp. And I think this lamp right here will do the job. Although I feel like it just looks weird. I think even if I use this lamp, that still kind of looks weird. Yeah, I don't know what it is, but it just looks weird. But I think I'm just going to use this traditional lamp. And then heading over to the kitchen, we of course want to keep the pizza box, but I am going to change out the appliances and the counters. So go ahead and just deleting all of that. I also want to pick a different floor that's a different texture than the backsplash. So I think I might just go with this marble. And then in fridges, I'll use my favorite fridge, the Arctic fridge. For the stove, we'll just go ahead and use this Pro Chef stove. And then for the counters, I think I'm just going to go with the shaker counter. And now I just have to try to make this line up. And then if I remember correctly, I don't think this went all the way. So probably like that-ish. Maybe a little bit further in. I think like that is good. And then I'll leave the counters the same color, but I do want to change the countertop. How would this look to do a wood countertop? They do overlap where they connect, but it's kind of nice. And as I'm looking at it, I think I do kind of want to change this actually. I'm thinking maybe like the subway tile. Then because the original fridge was white, I'm also going to color this fridge white. And same with the stove. Instead of the tilt sink that was originally here, I'm definitely gonna go with the dual kitchen sink. And of course we've got to bring back the iconic pizza box. The last thing we gotta do is get some paper towels. And the kitchen's almost done. I realized we need to also change out this light up here. I'll go ahead and replace it with this half spear pendant like we did in the dining room. Oh, and let's go ahead and change the light switch. We'll just go with the basic modern light switch. Now that the main area is all done, I'm gonna go ahead and move into the bedroom. First thing of course is we gotta change the wall color and texture. So I'm gonna change this wall to the same color we did in the living room. And for this wall, I have to figure out what I'm gonna do here. Although I really like this color, I think brightening it up would be good. I feel like something like that is kind of nice, but I do need to change the material. What about something like that? Maybe this could work. I don't think that's too bad. And then I'll grab the same wall trim from the living room. Okay, and of course I'm also going to change these curtains. Replace them with the new ones. And then one thing that I definitely think should be done is I think this should be moved over a little bit. That definitely looks so much better. I don't know why it was on the side in the first place. And then we'll go ahead and change this bed here. Find one that looks a little bit nicer. And the bed didn't have a backboard, which I definitely want to add. So I may go with the curved single bed because it's a pretty similar style. Yeah, that's a nice color. Definitely an upgrade from the other bed. And then this nightstand here, definitely going to change that, of course. I think I'm either going to go with the hairpin nightstand or the transitional nightstand. I think I like this one better. And then I'm going to grab the traditional lamp that we used in the living room. And then for this bookshelf here, I'm gonna grab the bookshelf we used in the living room. Like that is good. And then over here, I'm gonna get rid of this and add a brand new dresser. I like this one. And then grab this stack of books to put back here. And instead of the poster that was on the wall, I'm gonna grab a painting. And then I'm gonna switch out this light switch for a new one. It was in a very weird spot though, because the door opens this way, so it's definitely hard to get, especially in the dark. And while I'm thinking about it, I'm gonna double up the floor as well. Now the only thing left to do is the closet. So I'm gonna get rid of these 2 clothes racks, and I'm going to replace it with this industrial pipe wardrobe rack. Just like that, and then I'm gonna go ahead and add some wall trim, and then we'll just leave the closet like that. And then moving on to the final room in the house, that is the bathroom. So first of all, I'm going to, like every room, change the texture and the colors of these walls. So for these walls, I'm going to change to subway tile. And for these walls, I'm going to change to the same color we've used throughout the house. I'm going to switch out this light switch. Again, another light switch in a very interesting place. I'm gonna go ahead and keep the toilet how it is, because that's just fine. I am gonna move the toilet paper, because why would you want the toilet paper all the way across the room? And I'm also going to switch out this shower. That is much better, and then I'm gonna go ahead and color this white. Oh, and I totally forgot, we need wall trim. Just put the same wall trim like we've been doing. And then the last thing to do is change out the sink and mirror. I'm gonna go ahead and head into plumbing. I think I'm gonna grab this modern floating vanity. And then for a mirror, I'm gonna go ahead and grab this framed mirror. And of course, size that down. Like that is nice. And then I'm of course gonna change the ceiling light to the half sphere pendant. And then the last thing we have to do before we're all done is simply just color this bath mat. And we're all done. Starting off the sidewalk, we have the original path and the mailbox that's sitting in the middle of the path. Very weird, I don't know why that is. And then walking up, we have a brand new, refreshed, upgraded exterior that I really like. It's definitely grown on me. The best part about it is you can still tell this is a starter house. You can obviously tell it's been renovated, right? Like, obviously, it's not identical to the original, but that's the whole point, is that it's the same colors, and it just screams upgraded starter house. And then going inside, we have the dining room that's been redone with new furniture. We kept the original fruit bowl, and we added some tableware. Of course, we have the new textures on the wall, we have new curtains, and added much needed wall trim. And then on the kitchen, we added better counters, newer appliances, and of course kept the original pizza box. Then over at the living room, we upgraded the TV, along with all the furniture. In the bedroom, we gave it a slightly new look, a slightly new blue color. Of course, like all the other rooms, changed the furniture, and really just took it to the next level, like, definitely not 2016 anymore. And then the last room of the house, the bedroom, still very plain like the original, mainly just new shower, new sink, new mirror, but just definitely so much better. I'm very, very, very happy with how this turned out. It still looks like the starter house, but you can tell it's been upgraded, which is exactly what I was wanting, so definitely accomplished the job with this one. Anyways, that was me upgrading the starter house and taking it to the next level. If you enjoyed, thumbs up the video, let me know, and consider subscribing. Have a great day.